Welcome back to Telling Stories. I'm your host, Mr. Story, and today we'll be reading Lan Po Po, a Red Riding Hood story from China by Ed Young. To all the wolves of the world for lending their good name as a tangible symbol for our darkness. Once long ago, there was a woman who lived alone in the country with her 3 children, Shang, Tao, and Peotse. On the day of their grandmother's birthday, the good mother set off to see her, leaving the 3 children at home. Before she left, she said, "Be good while I am away, my heart-loving children. I will not return tonight. Remember to close the door tight at sunset and latch it well." But an old wolf lived nearby and saw the good mother leave. At dusk, disguised as an old woman, he came up to the house of the children and knocked on the door twice. Bang, bang. Shang, who was the eldest, said through the latched door, "Who is it?" "My little jewels," said the wolf. "This is your grandmother, your Popo." "Popo," Shang said, "our mother has gone to visit you." The wolf acted surprised. "To visit me? I have not met her along the way. She must have taken a different route." "Popo," Shang said, "how is it that you come so late?" The wolf answered, "The journey is long, my children, and the day is short." Shang listened through the door. "Popo," she said, "why is your voice so low?" "Your grandmother has caught a cold, good children, and it is dark and windy out here. Quickly open up and let your Popo come in," the cunning wolf said. Tao and Peotse could not wait. One unlatched the door and the other opened it. They shouted, "Popo! Popo! Come in!" At the moment he entered the door, the wolf blew out the candle. "Popo," Shang asked, "why did you blow out the candle? The room is now dark." The wolf did not answer. Tao and Peotse rushed to their Popo and wished to be hugged. The old wolf held Tao. "Good child, you are so plump." He embraced Peotse. "Good child, you have grown to be so sweet." Soon the old wolf pretended to be sleepy. He yawned. "All the chicks are in the coop," he said. "Popo is sleepy too." When he climbed into the big bed, Peotse climbed at one end with the wolf, and Shang and Tao climbed in at the other. But when Shang stretched, she touched the wolf's tail. "Popo, Popo, your foot has a bush on it." "Popo has brought hemp strings to weave you a basket," the wolf said. Shang touched grandmother Sharp's claws. "Popo, Popo, your hand has thorns on it." "Popo has brought an awl to make shoes for you," the wolf said. At once Shang lit the light and the wolf blew it out again. But Shang had seen the wolf's hairy face. "Popo, Popo," she said, for she was not only the eldest, she was the most clever. "You must be hungry. Have you eaten ginkgo nuts?" "What is ginkgo?" the wolf asked. "Ginkgo is soft and tender, like the skin of a baby. One taste and you will live forever," Shang said, "and the nuts grow on top of the tree just outside the door." The wolf gave a sigh. "Oh dear, Popo is old. Her bones have become brittle. No longer can she climb trees." "Good Popo, we can pick some for you," Shang said. The wolf was delighted. Shang jumped out of bed, and Tao and Peotse came with her to the ginkgo tree. There, Shang told her sisters about the wolf, and the 3 climbed up the tall tree. The wolf waited and waited. Plump Tao did not come back. Sweet Peotse did not come back. Shang did not come back, and no one brought any nuts from the ginkgo tree. At last the wolf shouted, "Where are you, children?" "Popo," Shang called out, "we are on top of the tree eating ginkgo nuts." "Good children," the wolf begged, "pluck some for me." "But Popo, ginkgo is magic only when it is plucked directly from the tree. You must come and pluck it from the tree yourself." The wolf came outside and paced back and forth under the tree where he heard the three children eating the ginkgo nuts at the top. "Oh, Popo, these nuts are so tasty, the skin so tender," Shang said. The wolf's mouth began to water for a taste. Finally, Shang, the eldest and most clever child, said, "Popo, Popo, I have a plan. At the door there is a big basket. Behind it is a rope. Tie the rope to the basket, sit in the basket, and throw the other end up to me. I can pull you up." The wolf was overjoyed and fetched the basket and the rope, then threw one end of the rope up to the top of the tree. Shang caught the rope and began to pull the basket up and up. Halfway, she let go of the rope, and the basket and the wolf fell to the ground. "I am so small and weak, Popo," Shang pretended. "I could not hold the rope alone." "This time I will help," Tao said. "Let us do it again." The wolf had only one thought in his mind: to taste the ginkgo nut. He climbed into the basket again. Now Shang and Tao pulled the rope on the basket together, higher and higher. Again they let go, and again the wolf tumbled down, down, and bumped his head. The wolf was furious. He growled and cursed. "We could not hold the rope, Popo," Shang said, "but only one ginkgo nut, and you will be well again." "I shall give a hand to my sisters this time," Peyote, the youngest, said. "This time we shall not fail." Now the children pulled the rope with all their strength. As they pulled, they sang, "Hey-yo! Hey-yo!" And the basket rose straight up, higher than the first time, higher than the second time, higher and higher until it nearly reached the top of the tree. When the wolf reached out, he could almost touch the highest branch. But at that moment, Shang coughed, and they all let go of the rope, and the basket fell down and down and down. Not only did the wolf bump his head, but he broke his heart to pieces. "Popo," Shang shouted, but there was no answer. "Popo," Tao shouted, but there was no answer. "Popo," Peyote shouted. There was still no answer. The children climbed to the branches just above the wolf and saw that he was truly dead. Then they climbed down, went into the house, closed the door, locked the door with the latch, and fell peacefully asleep. On the next day, their mother returned with baskets of food from their real Popo, and the three sisters told her story of the Popo who had come. The Fish with the Deep Sea Smile by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Henry Fisher. They fished and they fished, way down in the sea. Down in the sea a mile, they fished among all the fish in the sea, for the fish with the deep sea smile. One fish came up from the deep of the sea, from down in the sea a mile. It had blue-green eyes and whiskers three, but never a deep sea smile. One fish came up from the deep of the sea, from down in the sea a mile, with electric lights up and down its tail, but never a deep sea smile. They fished and they fished all across the sea, and down in the depths a mile. They fished among all the fish in the sea, for the fish with the deep sea smile. One fish came up with terrible teeth, one fish with a long, strong jaw. One fish came up with eyes on stalks, one fish with terrible claws. They fished all through the ocean deep, for many and many a mile. and they caught a fish with a laughing eye, but none with a deep-sea smile. And then one day they got a pull from down in the sea a mile, and when they pulled the fish into the boat, he smiled a deep-sea smile. And as he smiled, the hook got free, and then, what a deep-sea smile! He flipped his tail and swam away, down in the sea a mile. The Pout-Pout Fish by Deborah Deason. Pictures by Dan Hanna. Deep in the water where the fish hang out lives a gloomy swimmer with an ever-present pout.
I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub.
Along comes a clam with a wide winning grin and a pearl of advice for her pal to take in. Hey, Mr. Fish, with your crosstown frown, why don't you think it's time to turn it upside down? Says the fish to his friend.
Nice thought, Miss Clam. I hear what you're saying, but it's just the way I am. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub.
Along comes a jellyfish, he floats through the ocean, his tentacles all trailing in a gentle locomotion. Hey, Mr. Fish, with your daily scaly scowl, I wish you wouldn't greet us with a grimace and a growl, says the fish to his friend.
Mr. Jelly, I agree. I'd like to be more friendly, but it isn't up to me. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub.
Along comes a squid, quite a slender squiggly sight. She is squirmy, she is squelchy, she is slightly impolite. Hey, Mr. Fish, you kaleidoscope of mope, how about a smile, a little joy, a little hope? Says the fish to his friend.
Miss Squid, I would try, but I haven't any choice. Take a look and you'll see why. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub.
Along comes an octopus with 8 great arms, covered on the underside with tiny sucker charms. Hey, Mr. Fish, let me tell it to you straight. Your hulky bulky sulking is an unattractive trait, says the fish to his friend.
Mr. 8, my chum, with a mouth like mine, I am destined to be glum. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub.
Now along comes a fish in a silent silver shimmer. The gang has never seen before this bright and brilliant swimmer. She approaches Mr. Fish, but instead of saying hey, she plants a kiss upon his pout, and then she swims away. Mr. Fish is most astounded. Mr. Fish is just aghast. He is stone-faced like a statue. Then he blinks and speaks at last.
My friends,
says Mr. Fish,
I should have known it all along. I thought that I was pouty, but it
turns out I was wrong. I'm a kiss-kiss fish with a kiss-kiss face for spreading cheery cheeries all over the place. So I'll smooch, 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 smooch. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed the stories today, and if you did, please leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and help support the authors. They're all listed in the description box down below. If you'd like to check out another video, you can do so here. And until next time, I've been Mr. Story, you've been at Telling Stories, and we'll see you in the next video.